Hey, you pressed play. Okay, so today I am going to combine Daily Direction, the Success Podcast series, and the Money Magnets audio series so that essentially I can share with you one of my best kept secrets to success. I want to share with you the things that you can do to set your money goals and reach your cash flow objectives for the year. Now, let me be clear. In order for you to reach your overarching dream big annual cash flow goals, you got to do what I like to call eat that elephant one bite at a time. You ever heard that quote before? How do you eat an elephant, something that's really big? Well, you eat it one bite at a time. So for me, when it comes to working towards my annual overarching big green 6-figure goals for the year, I break them down into these increments of 7-day, week by week solutions. So essentially, I want to walk you through, take you through, talk you through what I call the cash flow goals 7-day calendar, how to create your own cash flow goals 7-day calendar. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the first step, the first fundamental step to creating that 7-day calendar. Okay. Now, you know what's funny about this conversation today? What's funny about this conversation for today is literally, I went on my Instagram platform and I posted a message and I said, hey, I am about that money morning magic. Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to receive your revenue today? And literally, as I was posting that message, I saw a PayPal ping of my second sale for the day, and I think it was about $47, right? Now, that's a great way to start the day. When you're seeing you're generating revenue, you're getting them PayPal pings coming in, and literally living the thing that I'm trying to attract for you, which is being in a space where you can bring in consistent cash flow and generate revenue on a daily basis. I thought that was just so funny that in that space of talking about, are you ready to receive revenue? Literally, revenue was coming in to me. Now, what I'm going to do today is share with you the first step to generating, well, for me anyway, I generate anywhere between $100 to $300 a day, some days $1K or even $10K. And I'm going to share with you some of the things that I do to make that happen. Now, in order to slay the day and bring in money into the morning, you really have to have a proper plan, because proper planning is the key. And it's funny because I think it maybe was a day or two ago, I was watching a video from one of my sheroes and she was reflecting on her business. And she was literally like, listen, 5 years ago, I was in a business with no business, if you know what I mean. She said, I had a business, but I really wasn't making money because for some reason I had this misconception. This is what she says in the video. She said, I had this misconception that in order for you to have a successful business, you had to be popular. And I had my agent, and my agent was getting me all these gigs to be on television and to be featured on all these things. And I realized that I was in a space where I had a business with no business. It's not until I created a plan that I actually started making money. She said, it's not until I created a plan that I went from barely making money in my business to making 6 figures in a year, to making 6 figures in a few months, to making 6 figures in a few days, to literally making 6 figures in an hour. And I laughed because in that moment, number one, I loved to listen to her story because, of course, she's one of my sheroes. But in that moment, I laughed because I already know the power of planning. And I know that profit has nothing to do with popularity and everything to do with strategy and intention. It's funny. When I got out of college, I was working for a non-for-profit. I was barely making $30K a year, right? And now I'm in a space where I can tell you that there are months that I bring in 10K or even 15K in that month. And I'm like, listen, 15K, that's half of what I was barely making in a year working a 9-to-5 fresh out of college. I know the reality of what it means to bring in the kind of revenue you want to bring in. But in order for you to get there, first you have to start here. You have to embrace the reality of this. If you want to make 10K a month or even 15K in 1 hour, you have to tap into your power. You have the power to manifest money into your life. You can will the kind of money you want in your life so long as you're willing to work towards it. Because the best is your birthright. But you got to believe that. You got to believe it. You can't be one of these people who are wishing and waiting for some kind of lottery to fall into their lap, who are every single weekend or after work every day running to the bodega to, drop $5 to get that scratch off, right? Maybe I'll get lucky today. Leave that to the folks who are just kind of just giving all their money away. Leave that to consumers. You want to be a cash flow generator. You want to be a serious driven success seeker. You have to learn how to will and work towards the kind of money you want to manifest into your life. There is power in your voice. So combine the power of your voice with the power of you fundamentally believing in your mind that you can do this. And in doing so, you can speak out what you want in your life. One of my favorite quotes is, "Speak what you seek until you see what you've said." Speak what you seek. What do you want? The first step to creating your own cash flow goal experience is to really get clear, crystal clear, just dangerously, fervently, passionately clear about how much money you want. And you got to speak that number. You got to say that number. And it might not be right here with you right now, but you got to speak what you seek until you can see what you've said. So, for example, today you can say, I'm going to make $100 today, or today I am going to make $300 today. And then you speak it. I'm going to make 300. I'm going to make 300. I'm going to make 300. And you speak it and you will it and you work towards it until you say, man, I made $300 today. Woo, that's kind of cool. Speak what you seek until you can see what you've said. Get that into your head, in your heart, embrace it. Because I'm going to be honest with you, some people are afraid to speak how much money they want, whether they feel like they don't deserve it, or they feel like speaking it out loud makes them sound greedy or needy, or whatever misconception has been programmed into them, either through them or through the negative conversations they've had with other people. Other people who, let me just point out and say, are not qualified to discourage you because they haven't done what you set out to do. Okay? So you've got to be in a space where you can confidently speak out. This is the first step to creating your cash flow goals calendar. Speak out how much money you want to make today. You know that saying, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step? This is the first step. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to my business, I try to do the following. I try to make at the very least $100 a day. That's my base goal. And my reach goal is $300 a day. Now you may go, well, $100, that's not a lot of money. But let me break this down for you all the way down. If you've never heard me say it, listen, lean in and listen up, okay? But if you've heard me say this before, take it as a reminder. If I make $100 a day for 30 days, that's $3,000 for the month, $36,000 for the year. Let's get clear. Some people ain't making that in a 9-to-5. Let's just be honest. You think about the median average of what retail people in 9-to-5 are making in their jobs. They're barely breaking anything. They're barely making enough to survive. Right? So $100 a day can go a long way. Let's look at $200 a day. $200 a day for 30 days, that's $6,000. That's $72,000 for the year. Let's get clear. Some people would kill to bring in $72,000 for the year. Not working for somebody else, but working for themselves. Because look, let's look at example number 3. If you bring in $300 a day, that's my reach goal, by the way. I work towards bringing in $300 a day. That's $9,000 for the month. That equates to $108,000 for the year. Now, let's get clear. Some people don't even know what $108,000 looks like in a job. Some people have a career and maybe they're making six figures or multiple six figures in that career, but they are slaves to the job. They don't have time for their family. They don't have time for their friends. They don't have time for themselves. And they would kill to be able to make even $70,000 to $100,000 in a job if that meant, they would kill to make even $70,000 to $100,000 in their own business if they meant they didn't have to slave and kill themselves to work for somebody else. You could probably say that maybe you're one of those people if that resonates with you, right? So for me, with the goal of at the very least bringing in $100 today, on average bringing in about $300, on average I'm bringing in anywhere between $5,000 to $7,000 a month when I look at my overall annual revenue. Right? Sometimes more, sometimes less. Getting to a space where I can consistently bring in $9,000 at the very least, I'm still working on that, right? I'm still working on that. But we all got to work towards something, right? That $9,000 consistency, that's my whoo, right? But I consistently bring in anywhere between 4 to 5 figures a month. And what I love to do is motivate and share with other people, just breaking it down in ways like this, how you can do that for yourself, right? So what you've got to do, if you want to consistently bring in cash flow, you've got to create 7-day cash flow calendars for yourself, where you can map out what you're going to do over the course of 7 days to reach your goal. It starts with the day, the today, the first day. You being able to say, today I will make ... right? You got to be able to create a space where you declare how much money you are going to make today. Because some days I can bring in 100, some days I can bring in 300, some days I have a 1K day, some days I have a 10K day. But the reality is, once you define how much you will make, you have to work towards the thing that you want so you can will it into your life. Now, let's be clear. You might say to me, honey, I want to make $1 million today. That's great. My response to you is, how are you going to make that million today? If you're going to tell me that you're about to go into a meeting, that's $1 million meeting, and if you close, you walk out there with $1 million, okay, you have a way to make that $1 million today, or that 10K, or that 1K, or that $100 today. But if you just telling me you want to make $1 million and you wishing and you wanting, but you waiting for it versus willing it and working towards it, boo, you live in a land of la-las and funs and dreams. I live in a land of solutions and realities. Don't just tell me that's what you want and you wishing for. Tell me what you're willing into existence, what you're working towards manifesting, what solutions you're going to actualize to make that happen. Now, side note, I do have the how to create your 7-day cash flow calendar, the ready to receive cash flow goals 7-day experience. I do have that for you at sistersense.com/CFG, which stands for CFG stands for cash flow goals, CFG. I do have that there for you. Now, it's a beautiful experience because over the course of 7 days, I help you walk through some really simple things, but pretty cool things that I do to consistently bring in revenue, whether it be that $100 day, that $300 day. I even talk about, what I did to bring in $3K in 3 days, right? Those strategies I break down for you inside of the Ready to Receive Cash Flow Goals audio series. Now, here's the reality. The first thing I said to you is this. This is where we start. You have to speak the amount of money you want today. You've got to declare it. You got to speak it out loud for yourself. So you got to declare it to the universe. You have to make sure that you're putting that energy out there and you're working towards it. So let's do this. I want you to follow after me. Repeat the words. I will make, and then you fill in the blank. How much money you put in there. Now, my reach goal is $300 a day. So for me, I would say I will make $300 today. That's the first part of the conversation. I will make $300 today. Now, I believe in affirmations. I believe in repeating messages, mantras that help you really work towards your goal, and repeating them in your heart and in your mind and whispering them to yourself as you work. Kind of like, when you think about Snow White and, they're whistling while they work, right? These money mantras. So I've collected some of the powerful things that I've said to myself so I can put together a money mantra for you. The first part is speaking out. I will make ... fill in the blank. I will make $300 today. I'm saying it to myself. I'm saying it to the universe. I'm putting it out there because that's what I want to attract. That's what I'm going to work on today. And by the way, let me say this, inside of the Ready to Receive Cash Flow Goals experience, I'm helping you figure out how you're going to make that money today. Because you can't just put it out there and then wait for it to fall in your lap. You have to work towards it. I truly believe, as they say, God who helps those who help themselves. So first part of this experience, again, complete the sentence. I will make ... fill in the blank, dollars today. That's number one. Number two, I am going to make ... fill in the blank, dollars today because I am powerful. There is power in your actions. There is power in your voice. Literally, you saying, you speaking, you working towards a certain specific amount of money is a powerful act. Because some people are afraid to say how much they want. They're afraid to ask themselves for it. They're afraid to ask their customers for it. They're afraid to ask the universe for it. Some people are afraid to be specific. Some people just say, well, I'm just wishing to see if I could just get some money, whatever I could get to get by. Guess what? You're going to get to a point where good enough is not good enough. You're going to get to a point where you want to stop surviving and start thriving. So if you're just waiting for somebody to drop a little bit of money in your pocket today, if I could just make a little something today, I'll be good. Guess what? If the Lord drops a penny right there on the floor beside you, you just got your blessing. You got a penny today. Are you okay with that? Baby, count your blessings one by one. If you okay with that penny, all right, hun, that's good. But if you want more, if you want to thrive, if you want abundance, you have to specifically identify, declare, and put out there how much you want. Unapologetically. Not feeling greedy or needy, but feeling like the best is your birthright and you deserve X amount. Now, for me, everything is in reason. It's okay to say, I want to bring in $1 million today, only if you have $1 million solution that's going to bring you in $1 million today. I don't discount that strategy. I'm just telling you, if you say you are going to bring in $1 million today, you have a strategy behind it. If you say I'm going to bring in $100 today, you've got a strategy behind it. Because I don't despise small numbers. Because let's be clear, you bring in consistently $300 a day, that's $9,000 for the month, that's $108,000 for the year. Small numbers can give you a snowball effect to get big results, right? So I am going to make X amount today because I am powerful. There is power in the things that you say. There is power in what you do to will the kind of results you want with respect to bringing in your ideal number, your ideal amount of revenue. So my goal is I'm going to make 300 today because that's my daily goal. I'm going to finish this mantra. You can write it out, or if you get access to the Cash Flow Goals audio series, hopefully in that space, you also sign up for my Positioned to Profit Planner, because the money mantras that I'm sharing with you here, as well as the strategy breakdown for the 7-day cash flow calendar, all in the Positioned to Profit Planner. Now, that being said, my money goal 300. Here is me with the money mantra. I will make $300 today. I will make $300 today because I am powerful. I am a money magnet. I am ready to receive from all sources that are in my highest and best good. I am filled with positive energy as I create a place for, as I prepare for, as I receive more money, my money. Now, I say it in different ways, and sometimes I ad-lib it just a little bit, but the reality is that's what I want. I want to embrace that space. I want you to embrace a space where you can quickly, you can clearly, you can confidently say, I'm bringing in X amount of dollars today. And I'm going to do that because I'm powerful, because I'm a money magnet, because money flows through me abundantly, because I'm ready to receive, because I've created a space where I'm going to accept all sources of money that are in my highest and best good, positive money, high energy money, not dark money, not low energy money. I've created this positive energy around me. I've created a plan. I've prepared for a space where I am ready to receive more money, my money. You got to speak it. You got to will it. You got to feel it. You got to believe it if that is what you want to bring into fruition. The first step to your overarching annual, bigger dream, larger than life money goals is breaking it down. And for me, I like to break it down into these 7-day increments. And the first part of that 7-day experience to working towards your cash flow goals is to create a clear cash flow goal. You'll find that most people who are successful in bringing in a large degree of money consistently, they are very clear about how much money they need to bring in, how much money they will bring in, how much money they're working on bringing in. Speak what you seek until you see what you've said. Number 1. Number 2, once you define what you will do, and in this case you are saying, I will make X amount of money today, the next thing you need to do is map out how you're going to do it. So if you say, I'm going to make $300 today, I like the way that sounds, LaShanda. That's my money goal. Well, then how? How are you going to make $300 today? Now, you can stop here with this audio with me and sit down and get clear about how you're going to do that for yourself, or you can continue this conversation with me. You can literally meet me over at sistersense.com/CFG, which stands for Cash Flow Goals, so that you can sign up to tap into the Ready to Receive Cash Flow Goals 7-day audio series. Possibly even also getting access to, depending upon how much you need and or want to receive at that time, the Positioned to Profit Planner. The combination of the two of those things, it gives us an opportunity for me to break down for you how I reach my revenue goals, whether that be bringing in $100 a day, $300 a day, or even $1K to $10K in one day. I've had times where I even brought in $15K in an hour. If you want to embrace that kind of power, you've got to speak how much money you want to make, create your cash flow goal, and then you got to figure out how you're going to work towards the goal. So I want to tell you every single thing that you could potentially do to work towards that goal, and we're going to work inside of that conversation inside of the Cash Flow Goals series. Okay, so this is where we stop here. This is where we stop here. If you want to learn how to create your money map and you want to learn how to create a 7-day cash flow calendar, meet me at sistersense.com/CFG for cash flow goals, so that we can work on you creating your money map, your 7-day cash flow goal agenda to help you position yourself for profit over the next 7 days. Over the next week. So really and truly, I hope today's session inspired you to really get into a space where you're not just begging for business or praying for profit, but you're positioning yourself for profit with strategy and intention, and you're creating a space to be ready to receive revenue by clearly defining how much you are going to will into your business and into your life today. How much money? Remember, repeat after me. You got to say, I will make X amount of dollars today. Declare it, speak it out loud for yourself and to the universe, and then work towards that. All right, so hopefully you are ready for us to talk about how you can work towards your cash flow goals for the week. sistersense.com/CFG for cash flow goals. I'll see you there when you get there. Till then, take care.